The following is a public information video about continuous insurance enforcement as shown on television.
The law on motor insurance has changed. It is now an offence to keep a vehicle that is not insured and has not been declared off the road. By checking the motor insurance database, vehicles are now visible to DVLA. They can tell if a vehicle is not insured and take direct action against the vehicle keeper. And there's nowhere to hide. You can check your vehicle at askmid.com, the motor insurance database. The DVLA already has.
Now let's look at each statement.
The law on motor insurance has changed.
That is correct, but not precise enough to tell us what is being done. No motor insurance laws have been repealed or amended. This change is the addition of a single, strangely coordinated law.
It is now an offence to keep a vehicle that is not insured and has not been declared off the road.
Again, the word insured is not precise enough to show what the law requires. I may insure my house, kitchen appliances, even my car against accidents at home. The choice is entirely mine. I do not insure my neighbour's property, that is his business. However, because my car is used in public places and is capable of severe damage, the law requires me to ensure I can compensate the public, if necessary, by holding third-party insurance. This has not been changed, and neither has the location of third-party risk. Merely to enable blind, keyboard-executed policing by DVLA clerks, this law extends third-party insurance to times where no third-party risk exists. Since the stated problem is uninsured driving, the DVLA penalty for keeping a vehicle without third-party insurance is just a clumsy disguise for presuming guilt of driving without insurance. The control of this penalty is by declaration of statutory off-road notification, or SORN, which itself carries a fine and is a superfluous statement to DVLA of facts they already know. This is to disguise presumption of guilt of driving without payment of vehicle excise duty. So, if you choose not to reinsure your vehicle immediately, you must surrender your tax disc at your own expense after refund to declare SORN. This government-approved layer cake of Mad Hatter logic is there to poison the inconvenient requirement to prove guilt and collaterally abuses the honest vehicle keeper. The goal of increasing the government figure that 96% of vehicles on the road are insured is laudable, but the introduction of laws that are clearly absurd when isolated and require the bypassing of critical facts to enable vigilante judgments to be associated with the real problem has no place in a functioning democracy.
By checking the motor insurance database, vehicles are now visible to DVLA.
The explanatory memorandum of the new law as placed online by the government is much clearer. It says that the Motor Insurance Bureau will send warnings and then pass information to a previously passive DVLA.
They can tell if a vehicle is not insured and take direct action against the vehicle keeper.
The action will be a £100 fine for being the keeper of a vehicle without third-party insurance, not for any greater offence such as driving without insurance. There is a £50 discount for swift payment, no supermarket coupons required.
And there's nowhere to hide.
Since there is no third-party risk in the garage shown in the video, there is no logical reason for the vehicle to be hidden. The crime here is a concoction of paper and electronic data. See what happens if there is an attempt to take a vehicle from a private garage under this law alone.
You can check your vehicle at askmid.com.
Why? I know if I have a certificate of insurance that I and my insurer agree is valid. That overrides any errors in the motor insurance database and is good enough to sue DVLA or the Motor Insurance Bureau with if they wrongly find me.
The motor insurance database. The DVLA already has.
No, they have not. Like the explanatory memorandum says, the Motor Insurance Bureau does that, and they are just a more than 60-year-old insurance company financed by a levy on all who sell mandatory motor insurance. Reliance on personal vehicles, their high value and their depth of regulation make it easy to bully a vehicle keeper behind a wrong and insincere guise of safety. But who is next? Will a member of the TV Licensing Authority find a Member of Parliament to support backdoor secondary legislation to require us all to register as not needing a television licence if we do not have one? As a motorist, this law does not seriously bother me, but the medieval introduction of it and my ministerial MP's admission in writing that he was told of it by a constituent does. If you wear black clothes, use a broom instead of a vacuum cleaner, or have a black cat, you'd better be the real thing if you want justice.